Welcome to the Kick You in the Head podcast. I'm your host, Yao, and as always, I'm here with another jam-packed MMA episode. Tonight, we are talking EFC123 because it's the EFC123 prediction show. And helping me break it all down tonight are my boys, Joel, Brendan, Ola, and Achi. Gentlemen, welcome to Kick You in the Head. I'm excited about tonight. How you all doing? Let me start with you, Joel.
Yeah, good. Excited. Can't wait. I can't believe EFC's this week. So excited for it. It feels like the previous event was just the other week. And yeah, what a stacked card.
What a stacked card. Brendan, how about you? Your first time kicking in the head. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, man. It's super awesome to be here. Super blessed to have this opportunity, brother.
For people who don't know who you are, just introduce yourself real quickly. Who is Brendan Jenkins?
Man, right now, I'm just a fight fan and a teammate, man. I train at House of Tinkerbell. Teammates with Gift, Peace, Nate, all the guys from there, JP. And yeah, man, just today I'm just a fight fan. Try and be impartial as possible.
An impartial fight fan, which I have right below him, my man Ola, the most impartial fight fan I know. How you doing tonight, bro?
Yeah, talking about I'm so biased is unreal, man. You know what I mean? For people that don't know, forgive me, man. Forgive me for the sins I'm about to commit. But big up everybody on the panel. It's an honor to be on the panel with you guys. Salute.
Shout out Achi, the Kraken. How are you tonight?
Hey man, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm dealing with like diarrhea right now, so I got toilet paper with me. You know, and yeah, man. Like, I'm looking forward to South Africa making Brazil shit bricks this Thursday, man.
Well, you drunk the wrong water. Yeah, you drank the wrong water. Like, what water you been drinking from, bro?
The Mexican water that Joe Pfeiffer complained about.
Oh, jeez.
Lupita Godinez will be proud of you, bro. Lupi will be proud of you.
I just hope you don't have to use that toilet paper while we're here, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm like
He's on standby. He's on standby right now.
Come on, bro. Yeah, I'm just hoping.
Maybe that's that echo we were hearing is in the bathroom.
Please, just hit mute when it's some.
Will do, bro. Or I'll take you with me to the bathroom. Don't worry.
Please, no ploops. But
hey man, I'll be
getting
here.
to the card. The best of
Get to
Africa
it.
versus the Warriors of Brazil is what the EFC have termed this fight card. So it's a very exciting fight card. They're looking at having multiple international, very specifically Brazilian fighters on this card. And, you know, it's very exciting. The main fight, the title fight, the light heavyweight title fight is between JC Lamprecht and Jalen Silva. Now, this fight, I'm not too sure. You guys will tell me more about how much you know about Jalen Silva, but we've had quite a few EFC champions falling so far this year, and we're only in our third event. We've had Edson Machavani, Anthony Big Morel, and Rudy Roots losing their titles. There's only one champion so far who's actually managed to defend in Faiz Jacobs, who won by a spectacular head kick. So I'm looking forward to seeing what JC Lamprecht does for the organization as their current champion in this Africa versus Brazil challenge. But I think let's get into the actual card now, into the title fights that they're having at this event. 3 title fights. Achi, I'll start with you. Now, you've been an EFC fight fan for a very, very long time. When was the last time you saw an international fest like this, where they put together Africa and Brazil, and how are you feeling about South Africa's, well, in this instance, South Africa's prospects in Willie Viljoen, JC Lamprecht, and Amanda Lino?
Hey man, last time I think it was against Popeye. I think Brazil came through to South Africa, and it was a good scrap. You know, it was a good scrap. But like Brazil always knows how to bring like the heat, man. So I'm looking forward to see. Currently, I'm looking forward to seeing the main event because JC, man, like he just has that dog in him, man. He just has that dog in him, and from like look at how he won his title, man. He just
Hmm.
pulled it out of the fire. And yeah, man, that's the one fight that I'm really looking forward to, besides the Peace and Guvani fight. But like, yeah, from these three title fights, bro, yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Now, we just talked about the vacated flyweight title by Edson Machavani, and now the flyweight title is being contested between Vili, the White Lion Van Rooyen, and Cleberson Sosa, another Brazilian fighter. Ola, take me through this one, because I think we were expecting Terence Balella, who is fighting on this card, to fight for this title, the flyweight title. How are you feeling about this title fight between Vili and his first international competition?
I think this is going to be really, really good experience for Willie Van Rooyen. Is a fighter that is every time he turns up, it shows us a new side. It shows us a new wrinkle, and he looks like an exciting fighter. That's just got their head in the game. And look, he's this Brazilian guy. The problem with them is you don't know what they're coming with. 'Cause I don't know a lot about his opponent, but I think by the looks of him, with the amount of fights he's been in, he's certainly got enough experience, maybe to give Willie Van Rooyen some problems in there. Something maybe he's not really dealt with before, which is one of the advantages or disadvantages, if you want to call it, if you want to look at it that way, for the fighters. Um, but for me, even if they're losing, they still learn. They're going to learn something from this fight. But I think with Willie, is so on the right path right now, and I don't think this bout here is going to derail him, if I'm being honest. And yeah, I can see him getting it done. It's just the way the matchup is, the experience is what's troubling me with the opponent. But we're going to see when we come to the picks.
We will see when we come to the picks exactly how that goes. We now have a women's title fight. Joel, let me come to you. We haven't had the women's title fight, flyweight title fight, for a very long time, since Manon Fiorot, who's now fighting the UFC, held the belt, who defeated the woman who's fighting tonight, Amanda Lino. How are you feeling about her coming back after such a long layoff to fight someone who is equally as skilled, but a lot more active, in Mariana Sales? If we look at Sales, she's a 4-1, whereas Lino's 4-2, and her last fight was I think she fought twice last year, once in 2023. So she's very active. How are you feeling about this women's title fight for the flyweight title?
Yeah, I think it's been a while since we've seen some good women's fights, and the EFC's definitely been bringing that back. We had Rebecca in the previous fight taking on Kelly Niedermeyer, and this one is also just a bang about. I was shocked to hear Amanda Lino's coming back, but although she hasn't been fighting, she hasn't been away from the sport. She's been in the background, busy coaching her athletes, doing a good job down in Durban. So although she hasn't been active fighting, she has been very much involved in the sport. And I do think after watching her on the press conference today, she's coming to prove that she's still there and she's still got it. She was the first double women's champ in an organization. She achieved that, I think, a few months before Amanda Nunes, and she lost her belt to Manon Fiorot, who's fighting for the title. So she didn't lose it to anyone, and she's one of the, I think there's only 4 women who took Manon Fiorot 5 rounds. So she's definitely a talent, and I think it also makes it difficult to prepare for. If you haven't seen recent footage of someone, you're going off of footage you've seen from them 5 years ago. It's very difficult to try and prepare with that sort of mindset. But maybe youth and experience might be enough to get it done, and maybe the time away may be a detriment. But yeah, I think it's just exciting to see her back.
Exciting to see her back for sure, and definitely to get the title filled, because obviously Manon vacated the title, and we haven't had a champion for a while. So I'm very excited to get that title filled. Now, Brendan, we've got these 3 title fights. You've heard what all the guys have said. as a fight fan fighting out of House of Tinkerbell, what do you think of the prospects of Team CIT retaining another EFC title here at this event with JC Lamprecht? And do you think he has what it takes to take on this Brazilian challenge?
Look, man, I think coming from a team like CIT, you definitely know Mornay is going to have his finger on the pulse, man. He's going to have the right game plan to put into place. It's now whether or not JC can enact that game plan. And I think in the last fight, we saw him pull it out of the hats. Like, man, that was a tough fight for him. And we just got to hope that gas tank, I think this fight is going to come down to whose gas tank has it to go the whole way, man. Because I think they're both coming to scrap. They both got good wrestling. They're both good on the ground. Man, I think it's going to be who's got the bigger heart and who's got the bigger gas tank.
Who's got the bigger heart, bigger gas tank? Now, look, those are the 3 title fights. Very exciting title fights. I think if we have a look at what happened at the weigh-ins today, it was very, very, very heated. Amanda basically saying, listen, I've come back for what's mine. We don't know what's next for her. And Billy finally getting to stare down an international opponent where he looks, and Billy's not a big guy. So for him to look bigger than his opponent, I was like, what? What? It's going to be very fun to watch. And then obviously JC Lamprecht having a little heated exchange with his opponents as well. So very exciting weigh-in. So looking forward to those fights. But now let's get into my favorite part of the show, the betting odds, where we look at the odds for each fight and how World Sport Betting thinks these fights are going to go and what you should put your money on if you will be watching EFC 123. But before we get there, just very quickly, Achi, so Team CIT, how do you want them to retain this title? Just out of curiosity, let's just throw that in there.
Hey man, to be honest, us at CIT, we have been looking pretty bit shaky, man. Like this year, we haven't really had it good, from the Zulu loss, like in the beginning, in the end of last year, to like carrying over to Cameron Simon. I don't know what's happening to Team CIT, but I feel like JC. I think JC's age is gonna be a huge factor coming into this. Like I said, his gas tank, like he looked, like he said, I would like to say he got lucky. He got lucky with the way he won the title. I don't, but like he is a fighter. He is a fighter. So I personally think he might not win this one, to be honest. He might not win this one. Like judging from the scrap that he had with I think it was with Tonga, right? When he won the title. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna pull it off right now. Yeah.
So looking at the odds don't agree with you there. If we come to the actual odds, they say JC wins this fight by a fair enough margin. It's not even close margin. So of this title fight, let me run through all of you guys. Joel, who do you have in this fight?
I've got JC for this one. I think JC did get lucky in winning his last one. His leg was really beat up, and it looked like Snake Bones was trying to go for, a spectacular knockout, and ended up getting caught in the guillotine. JC being in the light heavyweight for a division, from the research that I've done on Silver, his last fight was in welterweight, although it didn't look like that when they faced off. And I think JC also brings a different aspect into fighting, with him being part of that anti-poaching unit and that sort of atmosphere. The self-defense training, like when he goes in there and his mindset is to kill, that's his mindset, is to kill. He's not there to take part in the sport. He's there to do some serious damage. So I think he gets it done. I think the odds makers are right on point with this one.
Okay, so one for Lamprecht, one for Silva. Brendan, where do you sit with this one?
Man, I think I'm leaning a bit towards Lamprecht on this one, man. I think he's well-rounded enough to execute the game plan that Mornay sets in front of him, and if he goes down and he mauls this guy, I think he can finish him.
Okay. Ola, how about you?
Yeah, I mean the guys have already nailed it. Really, I mean, the only slight problem here is the unknown of Silva, right? Because we already know what Lamprecht is about. You know, you can dig deep. I mean, probably the only loss he's taken in his last 5 fights is coming from Dricos, like a long while ago, over off a Renike choke, like some time ago. So, I mean, look, the age is there. Age is always going to be a factor, but I see age for active fighters as experience. I don't see it as a barrier, especially if they're active. You know, he's only been what? When was his last fight? About a year ago? Let me see. Yeah, about a year ago. You know, when people are active like that, you could say, you know what? Yeah, I'll go with him. So yeah. For me, like I said, you know, the guys have already mentioned a lot of the talking points on that. But just to add to it, I think he gets it done. I think he gets it done on home. So.
Okay, awesome. Look, I think for me, I'm gonna go with Silva in this one. The unknown Brazilian element for me, when I look at a card and I see a Brazilian flag and I don't know the person, I'm like, look, it's Brazil. So for that reason, I'm gonna go with Silva. JC hasn't been that active, and it's not last August, 2 August ago.
Just for context for you, Yao. Silva's been fighting in a promotion called Jungle Fight. Do you know this promotion?
I've heard of it. Yes,
you've heard of it. How?
Yes.
How? Because
no, it's random. No, it's random. You know, when you're looking for head kicks, you come across random promotions.
Oh, that's how you found it.
Yeah,
no, I'm
so
sticking with JC.
Once or twice.
I can't trust your head kick. You ain't even got Troublemaker's head kick on your intro, bro. How can I trust your head kick selections? Man? You haven't even got Troublemaker's head kick on your intro, man. Covered.
Don't make me pull up the table early. Don't make me pull up the table
early. I'm kicking you in the head first. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm kicking you in the head first, bro.
Head kicks. Okay, let's talk about the second fight. Amanda Lino versus Mariana Sales. Now, women's fight, title fight, the odds have Sales basically 1-2, 1.85 to 2. Let me start with you, Ola. Let's keep it with you there. What do you think about the odds here? Do you think there's a chance of an underdog win, even though Lino's coming back after a long layoff? Don't you think ring rust is playing a role in these odds, or do you think she's gonna overcome those odds? And I mean, they're kind of thin, but anyway, actually, anyone chime in on this one?
I mean, I did say as well. You know, activity is a big factor on how I look at fights, and you know how much it determines fights as well. Activity is very, very big for me. Even if maybe you're on a losing streak, because you're active, you're a bit more cage sharper, you know, and your endurance is there as well. So Lino coming back, it's probably right, but she's a live dog. You can't look at these odds and just because of that count Lino out. For me, Lino is probably one that I'll go with here in terms of this fight. Yeah, she's been out of the cage for a minute, but it's another one that you look at, you know, what she's the records are identical as well, which is why I'm looking at the odds being so skewed, you know. So yeah, the records are identical. I'm gonna go with Lino here.
Joel, how about you?
Yeah, quite simple. I'm going to go with Lino. I think in the intro I discussed a lot of the points. I think just the fact that she shares the cage with Minaj Duro, she's going to be coming in with beaming confidence, and I think she's coming back to show that she can actually be quite a contender. So I'm going to go with her.
Brendan?
Hey, man, I'm going to throw a spanner in the works here, man. I think Sales gets it done. I think cage rust is a thing. Even though Amanda's a fast starter, she's a power puncher. If you look at Sales' record, she also puts people away via TKO, man. Like, she doesn't like to pass round 2. And I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be like two mountains hitting each other, and I think Sales gets it done just on the pure activity.
Well, that sounds like a fun fight. Afi, women's title fight. Which way are you going in this one?
You know what I mean?
It wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my
You're
bad.
back.
Um, yeah, man. So I'm thinking Lino, because first things first, she is the first double champ, and I'm gonna step on a few toes today, but like we know how the EFC treats its champs, like if it goes to the decision, like Lino's gonna take it because we know how like our judges always screw the traveling fighters, So, but like I think Stylies, if she gets it done like before the final bell rings, like yes, like she's gonna be champion. But like I I kind of think Lino's gonna do it solely because she has the backing of the promotion. I
Cracker's
hate to
got
say
a
it, but
home
we all know
advantage.
that's true.
I want to hear Joel's opinion because we know that he's in the judging, but nonetheless,
Yes.
Joel, if you have anything on that, you can say it, or we can move to the next fight.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Yeah. I actually do want to address that. So the judges
Oh, you're
actually
not
have
gonna
nothing
plead the
to.
fifth?
No, not at all. The judges, they don't have anything to do with the EFC in terms of where the promotion is heading and such. They're an independent party, and that's governed by MMA SA. So the EFC actually doesn't have a sway on which way that fight is going to go. There's three different judges from the three different angles, and they're all scored on the individual judges' basis. They know the scoring criteria, and sometimes that can come into question on the way that they see it. But in terms of a promotion backing someone and trying to push someone and having the judges in their pocket for that, that's definitely not something that happens.
No
I know
doubt,
it can look that way, but yeah, it's completely independent. The EFC has nothing to do with that at all.
So what you say? So wait. So
no
what you
brown
saying
envelope.
is Diego Bandu won his fight was when Drickus was there.
I'm not. What I'm saying is that
Oh,
the EFC had nothing to do with the judge's decision on that night. The
okay,
judges came to the decision on their
okay,
own, and whatever factors they scored for Diego's favor in that on that night is what gave them the win in their eyes. But in terms of an instruction coming down from the EFC saying, "Hey, if this goes to decision, we want Diego," no, that doesn't happen at
okay. But coincidence? I think not.
all.
And speaking of coincidence, Muhammad Ba got robbed again this weekend in the most ridiculous, non-existent standing 8 count. So he just gets robbed. That's just his thing, I think. But let's just move on. Billy Van Rooyen versus Clemson Sosa. With this one, I'm going to start first. I'm going to go Billy Van Rooyen all the way. I don't think there's any chance of an underdog coming through on this fight. I think the odds should be even more skewed, in my opinion. Because with what I've seen Billy pull out of the fire in all of his fights, he's definitely got this one. And I think those odds are fair and probably should be a bit more. We'll see how they are on fight day. Brendan, how are you feeling about this fight and the odds?
Man, this is going to be like a hot take, man. I think Vili gets it done, and I think he does it by submission.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
First
Like
round.
if you go and you look at the guy's history, he seems to struggle with jiu-jitsu guys. Like most of his losses have come, 75% of his losses have come from sub. So I think if Vili has that on his mind, man, if he can put this guy on the ground, throw in a good old-fashioned rear naked choke, I think he can put this guy away.
100%. Look, I agree. First round RNC. That Ola, what do you think? Since you had something to say, what are your thoughts?
yeah. I mean, I was always gonna back Willie on this one. I just think every time I see him fight, that he just looks better and better. He looks more confident. The way he goes about his business is very surgical. In in a few of the fights that that I've seen. So yeah, I think he gets this one done, and it's not too far off saying he's gonna lock off a submission on the Brazilian. That goes to part of the surgery that I see him operate on when he's in the cage. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Willie Van Rooyen as well.
Billy Van Rooyen. Actually, talk to me about Billy odds. Would you, if you thought you wanted to make money from a fight, would you take these odds and pick Sosa?
Hey man, I would, but like last time I did with the Brazilian, Popeye like disappointed me, man. So Popeye disappointed me. So I'm gonna think Van Rooyen via first round. Because he's gonna be home. He's gonna have the love of the fans. So I would think Van Rooyen is gonna be the one to be victorious, and yeah, looking forward to seeing that fight.
White Line. Now, the next fight, what friend of the fight week show. It's a pity Ola's just dropped off there. We've
I'd
got
go with Veli, by the way, as well.
Terrence. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Joel. That's my bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, Joel, you also got Billy. Cool.
Yeah.
Speak for
Okay,
Willie.
Terrence Balello versus Terrence Balello versus Oliveira. Now, Balello had wanted to fight in the title fight, but then Graham Cartmel, matchmaker, said it just wasn't going to happen. So that's why Billy got his first international opponent, because Balello wanted international experience rather than just going for another title shot, which is fantastic, in my opinion. It's a
He
very
also
good
wanted a
decision.
3-round. Yeah, he also wanted a 3-round.
And he wanted a 3-rounder. So that's why he didn't take that title fight. But in this fight, the odds are very, very close. Very, very close. Joel, let me come to you first, since technically I came to you last on the last one. How are you going in this fight? How do you feel this one's going to go? And do the odds have it right? Is it a close fight?
Look, I think looking at both guys' records, they're very similar. I'm quite excited to see Belelo actually saying he wants a 3-rounder experience and he wants an international opponent. He's going up against a submission specialist, and we know that Belelo is a striking specialist on his side. I think we see a repeat of the Belelo versus Tatuape. And I think Belelo is going to do a good job on staying on the outside and slowly picking Oliveira apart. That submission threat is there always, but Balelo did a good job in showing some takedown defense up against Edson. So I don't think that Oliveira is going to be able to get him down. And I think Balelo's just going to dance his way through to a decision victory.
Brendan, do you think he'll be dancing through to decision victory, or will there be something more spectacular than that?
Man, look, Terrence, he's shown amazing improvements in his defensive wrestling over his last few fights, dude. Give him his flowers when he's due, man. But I think, brother, and I really think this Brazilian. Look at this Brazilian as well. He also TKOs people, so he's not scared to stand and trade. So if he's not scared to get in the firefight with Terrence, what happens then? It's going to be the jiu-jitsu that decides everything, I believe, man. And I think Oliveira takes it by sub.
Oliveira by sub. Now, Balelo's a friend of the Fight Week show. We have the Fight Week show himself, Ola Triple B. How do you see this fight going? Should the odds be so close, and how do you think he wins it? Do you agree with Brendan or Joe? Decision or he finishes?
I mean, Brennan is coming with a little bit of House of Tinkerbell tinted glasses over there. I mean, talking on the submission, like that. I love Gift as well. I mean, if you know those guys, I love everybody on your team. I've worked with them, Gift, Peace. I mean, all those guys. But with Balelo, the way he commands the cage, the way he moves around the cage, his footwork is crazy, striking, incredible. And the one thing that he doesn't get enough credit for is his wrestling. He ain't even showcased that much of that yet, right? And on the submission, we give fantastic, luck when Gift got it in, and became the champion off of it, right? But I think Balelo's come back since then. He's fought some very, very good competition. Some didn't go his way. Like I said, even when you're losing and you're active, you're still learning, and he's making you better. That's how I look at MMA fighters. And I think his activity would do him a world of good. The again, you look at both of their records, it's identical. It's not too far off of each other, and that's why the odds are that close. It's almost a pick 'em. But in this case, I did ask for forgiveness for my sins, at the beginning of the show. I'm gonna be going with Terrence Balelo here. No surprise, we got his shirt on right here. So there you go.
Kraken, are you going to surprise us? Are you going? Is he a parlay buster? Do you think he is? Or are you happy with the black?
Hey man, I can't go against Balelo, man. I can't go against Balelo. Balelo is training under Fight City, bro.
Balelo,
Balelo is
Balelo.
training under Fight City for the fight week, man. So he's training with Zondi. He's training, obviously training with the Martin. No, the Martin's gone to Angola. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Martin's gone to Angola. But like, yeah, man, Balelo's currently he's sleeping with the enemy. Let's just say that. He's sleeping with the people that took the belt from him, and he's learning. That takes huge courage, and this kid is just phenomenal. He's so phenomenal because he's willing to learn from the guys that beat him instead of being like all bent out of shape about it. He's trying to learn from his mistakes and he's trying to like better his game. So Belelo just keeps on surprising me, man. He should. He's one of the guys that I definitely want to see in the UFC, and so I'm gonna back Balelo all the way. I'm gonna back Balelo all the way, man.
So this fight is interesting. It's going to be a tough fight. Oliveira has 3 submissions in his last 4 wins. So, like you said, it's good that Terrence is now going to train with someone else, getting that range because he's decent on the ground, he's wrestling, but with someone with 3 submissions in their last 4, you need to be careful. So, but I'm going Terrence Balelo nonetheless. I think he's definitely done his homework on Oliveira and he's looked for this international competition for a reason, is to prep himself. So Terrence Balelo all the way. Then the last fight there is Peace and Gupani versus Yako Duplessis. Team CIT back in the Hex versus House of Tinkerbell. I'm going to start with House of Tinkerbell. Brendan, we have your teammate there.
Yeah, we do.
You should have let him suffer. You should have let him suffer, man. You're giving me the early death, man. You know what I mean? You should have let him suffer.
I think this is crazy. That the 3.4 underdog, man. This is insane. Bet the house. Bet the house.
Bet the house. That's all you've got. Bet the house. Look,
I'm telling you,
I don't think I can disagree.
Like Yaku, amazing team. Also, like I said, gonna have a great game plan. He's an awesome human being personally, man. He comes out hot, but I think, man, Peace hits so hard. Peace hits so hard, and I think he's gonna force Yaku to shoot. And when Yaku shoots, Peace is gonna either finish him via TKO in the second, or either sub him in the first.
Ola, now that he's not squirming anymore, what do you have to say?
I thought I was gonna be the biased one here, man. You know what I mean? And Brad, you know what I mean? Brad over here he just got the Tinkerbell glasses on, man. Yako Duplessis from the CIT. You were talking, you guys were talking about Coach Monet making sure he's gonna put the finger on the pulse. You know what I mean? He's gonna know where the fight's gonna go. So all of a sudden, he's not gonna know where this fight's gonna go. He's not gonna be able to game plan Yako properly. Is that what we're hearing here, Brennan?
Brother, he would have the great game plan. I did say he will have the great game plan. I don't think he has what it takes to finish Peace, man. Peace is a cardio machine. He hits hard. He's cool, calm, and collected. And we're gonna show you something on the night, man.
Yeah, I'm not challenging you, man. I was just trying to see if them glasses were wrong. We'll see when we get to gift. But before we get there, look, I love Peace. I think Peace is a fantastic fighter. I've had the pleasure of working with him and sitting down and just talking about life and how we came into the fight game with him. And this guy is so measured, so determined. The things that he's been through, how he came into the fight game. All of these things that are driving him, even this late in his career, into MMA, it's just phenomenal. And like Kraken was talking about Balelo earlier on, there's a certain kind of mentality that you need to be able to do what Peace is doing at this level. Yako, on the other hand, I've seen him struggle with grapplers a little bit. If you got offensive wrestling, which I think Peace has got, because if the power don't get him out of there, Peace can pull that out of his back pocket. And I've seen Yako struggle a little bit about that. I've not really seen any evidence yet that that side of his game is fixed, right? I don't understand the odds though. The odds is crazy to me, man. Like 340. You know what? Give me Peace, man. You know what I mean?
Give me that money.
Let's go.
Give me that
Ex
money.
Comunicado. Give me Peace, man. You get me?
With
Crack him!
Mr. CIT next to you. Yes, exactly. Because he's not looking impressed by these words, because that means another loss for Team CIT if Yako goes down. Achi.
Hey, I'm gonna stir up the pot, baby. I'm gonna stir up the pot, baby. Come on, you know me. I have
This
to
guy
have
got
my
all the props. You got tissue, you
have
got
to have,
pots.
I have to have my
He's got the
props, bro.
flags.
Bro, come on now.
Bro,
Listen, bro. Peace Nkubani. Bro, I personally wonder sometimes that this guy said he dropped out of school to become a fighter, right? But like most of the time, bro, this guy doesn't have the dog in him, you know. Like he does not have the dog in him. His fight against HP van Staden, bro. His fight against HP, like, bro, they ragdolled him, you know. He kept on getting up, you know. He kept on getting up, but he kept on going down still. So I think pressure is the one thing that's not his forte. You know, if somebody comes through, like look at what Mark Hume did to him. You know, CIT. You know, look at what Mark Hume did to him, bro. You know, because like this Peace is a I think Peace is a good South African fighter. You know, he's a journeyman. He's like a PD Coxon. He's a journeyman. You know, he's
Tell us how
like
you
a-
really feel, Kraken. Tell us how you really feel.
parlay
we
buster.
love PD Coxon. PD Coxon's the
Yeah.
We love him as a
PDK
referee.
champion.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Have you got
wait,
Brendan on
hello,
the
man.
mute
What?
there? Because I can't hear him.
You say
We love
Kraken's
him
on
as
his
a
own on this
referee.
one.
Hey man, I'm gonna stir up the pot, like I said. Like Peace
on you.
Ngubani is a parlay buster. You know, Peace Ngubani is a parlay buster. Yaku Duplessis, bro. Yaku Duplessis, Team CIT. Hey man, you best be drinking your knocks while you watching that fight. Cause ain't no
Joe,
eggs gonna mark the spot.
Joe, before I say anything to what Aki just said, but where are you going?
Where am I going?
Yes, which side are you going?
We're gonna have to leave some bias at the door over here. So, I've been training at the CIT gym. That's where Calvin and I've been spending some time training. And Mr. Yaku Duplessis has actually been the coach that's been taking a lot of our sessions and giving us a few tips and changing the way that we look at the game. So it's very difficult for me to come in here and look and say that, hey, he's not going to get the win. That being said, these odds are ludicrous. I don't know who came up with these odds. I don't understand how Peace is such a dog. They should be a lot narrower than they are. I think the odds makers are looking at Yaku coming down a weight division and having recently just challenged for the middleweight title. I'm going to have to go with Duplessis on this one, but it's not nearly as far spread as
that weight cut as well, 15 pounds. That's a difficult cut.
It's a big cut.
You know, that's a difficult cut, man. Like, what's that gonna do for him with a natural 170 in there?
And Peace has to get this done. If Peace comes
That odds
out
is
like
crazy.
he has in his last two
The
fights,
odds is wild.
If he comes out like how he came out up against Jason, he could make a quick night of it. I know in the press conference he said he's looking maybe for a second round. I think he said a second round TKO or first round submission. He can get it done. I don't think that this fight is as far spread as it's going to be.
Do you think he makes the cut?
Duplessis.
Do you think he makes the weight?
I do think he makes a weight cut. I think he makes a weight cut, and I think he makes it easy.
He's always been professional. I was just asking because he's such a big cut. We're talking
Yeah.
15 pounds. It's
But I don't think
it-
he was a big middleweight, man. I think
Yeah.
welterweight deserves to be, man. I think that's a good division for him.
Yeah.
Because he was competing with Luke, who's also a natural middleweight for the title
Yeah.
when he was competing. So he is a smaller middleweight, now welterweight. And Brendan literally was so shocked that his screen froze when Achi was like, "No." That was so funny.
Bro, can
That
we
was-
just please tell Peace to not spam the front face kick? Cause like that's getting boring.
Yeah, but that's my favorite kick. So I mean, let's go.
Come on, man. He has not landed it. He's probably gonna throw like 15 in a 5 minute round, and none of them are gonna land.
well,
So
Yeah,
please,
Achi doesn't want
you
he
you
wants
lucky you
violence
got one
over
of his
here.
teammates here, so he'll be able to pass that message soon. He'll be able to pass that
yeah, I'm
message
gonna
on.
be there. I'm gonna have the headgear on.
Let's see what happens on the night, brother. But I'm obviously sticking
Let's
with my.
go.
Okay, gents. Okay, so now for the prelims card, we're gonna run through all 7 fights on the prelims, and then we are going to have a roundtable about it. I'm gonna go first. So first fight, I've got Gift Walker favorite. Second fight, I've got Francis Martin, dead even odds there, which is a bit odd for me, but cool. Then Tanios versus Kamba. I'm going Kamba simply because of how he won his last fight. Next fight, Else versus Sita. I'm going with Sita. Else has been away for too long. Schultz versus Majuba. I'm going the debutante in Liam Schultz. Kunene versus Lekana. I'm going as to Kunene. And Mulele versus Jula. I'm going with Fuyo Jula in that fight. Joel, who are you going with on the prelims card?
Let's run through this quickly, and don't hate me over here, but I'm going to go with Macari. He's on a four fight win streak. Walker's also moving up a division, so I think Macari might cause an upset. I'm going with Floka, Tanus. I think Tanus is going to get it done. I'm going with Els, Schultz, Kunene, and then Ulele.
Okay. Brendan?
I've got Gifty. After Gift, we've got Clockwork versus Martin. I mean, I think this is fight of the night, and I think Clockwork takes it. I think Zayn will submit Kamba. Marcel will submit Sita. Schultz will decision Majuba. Kunene, Lakana, depends on who's gas tank, man, but I'm going to lean towards the experience of Kunene. And then I think Molele gets it done.
Achi?
Hey man, like since I'm up against Team Tinkerbell, man, I'm gonna go Makari, like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that to you right now. Hey man, we know all these guys who go to overseas. When they come back, they lose their next fights. So I'm gonna have him there. Then I'm gonna have Martin, and I'm gonna have Kamba, right? I'm gonna have Kamba. Then I'm gonna have the white guy for the lightweights, Els or something. Then I'm gonna have my boy Majuba. Man, Majuba like is a slept on striker. Majuba, I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. Okay, I'm gonna stir up the pot. I got Majuba, I got Kunene, and I got Mulefe. Get you
hola.
some money right there. Get you some millions right there. Bet the house. Bet the house.
There's only one bet the house fight here, but let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Day Walker. I'm gonna go with Gift Walker on here. I'm gonna go with Loka. I'm gonna go with Kamba. I'm gonna go with Else. I'm gonna go with Shoes, Kunene, and Molele.
Okay. Interesting mix. So I'm the only one who chose Sita, and Achi, you're the only one who chose Majuba. And Kunene is a full house.
That's my nigga.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. So in terms of the odds here, which of these fights for you guys have just like odds that don't make sense, and which of these odds are bet the house odds? Let me start with you, Joe.
I think the odds with Macari and Walker. I don't think Macari should be such a big dog. I mean, he's on a 4-fight win streak and Walker's coming on a 2-fight loss streak. Look, Walker is fantastic. He's exceptional. He's moving up a weight division, so I'm hoping to see a little bit more power retained there and not being so drained through the weight cut. But I think the fact that Macari's on a 4-fight win streak and to be such a big dog, I don't know how you could do that, especially against someone who's coming in with a 2-fight loss streak. It's almost stating that the flyweight division is miles ahead of the bantamweight division, which in my mind it's a lot closer than what this is being portrayed.
No, fair enough. Look, I think let me go next. For me, the one fight I'm looking forward to, and the one fight I'm looking forward to, is Liam Schultz. Look, with all due respect, Achi, he might be an underrated striker, but as soon as Liam gets touched, he's taking him down and choking him. It's either RNC or guillotine, 100% first round within the first 3 minutes. Liam Schultz, guaranteed. The dude is phenomenal. For me, that one is a guaranteed win on the favorite side. And then I think the other fight for me is the Kamba fight. I think Kamba might have something. Talians has been away for a while, so those odds I think, but still not bet the house odds. Look, there's no bet the house odds here. I think it's only for me. It's on the main card where I have bet the house odds on the peace fight. I'm sorry, I don't think Yaku's gonna do it. Brendan, how about you?
Man, yeah, like I said, bet the house odds is just literally just on peace, man. Like the rest of these fights, I think the odds are on. I think they're right. With regards to the Moses and Gift fight, man, like everyone understands why Gift's the underdog, man. He's the more well-rounded fighter. He's moving up to a weight division that doesn't have to cut so much weight.
Gift is the favorite, eh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Favorite.
The Moses being so much of a dog, man, it makes sense because of the caliber of fighter you're getting out of Gift. Yes, he's just come out of the loss in the UAE. We get that. We understand that. But if we look at well-rounded, Gift is way more well-rounded than Macari, and it's going to show on the night.
Achi, how about you?
Kamba, man. Bet the money on Kamba. That boy has got hands. That boy has got hands. We saw what he did last time he was like in the cage. Bet the house on that boy. Trust me, you'll make what? Like it's 3. He's like 3 times, right? Kamba's like 3.6. Come on, man. Like put $5,000 on that, and put $5,000 on Peace getting choked out second round. You'll probably pay off your mortgage. You'll probably pay off your mortgage.
Hola. Which fights you got here? Bet the house and yeah.
Bet the house on this side of the card or on the whole card. If we're just doing on this side of the card, I'm gonna go with Kunene. Even though he's the favorite on there, I think he's a guaranteed win in this fight. I don't think you got minimal risk of, if you bet in the house, of losing your house if you go with Kunene. So yeah.
Kunene's also made the move down from featherweight to bantamweight, so he's going to be a lot bigger. I think bantamweight's going to be a very good division for him.
Right. So yeah, I think he gets it done fairly easily. So yeah, I'll be going with Kunene on that one. And the one where the odds don't make that much sense. I don't know the shoes and what's the other brother's name? Can you enlarge? Yeah, Majuba. Yeah. I don't know if especially with the experience of Majuba as well. I don't know if the odds should be that far apart. But like you said, with shoes, sometimes it's what the odds maker know it's probably going to happen. And like you said, just going to go in there, grab him, get him down and choke him out, which is why I went for him. But I don't think the odds should be that far apart, though.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I'm leaning a little bit more on that one with Brendan. I think it's probably going to go to a decision on Schultz. He does a good job on controlling, but he doesn't take a lot of risks. If he can adopt the game plan of and what's Tim Clowley, also a fellow teammate of his, if he can show a little bit more to this game, I think he's going to be an absolute problem. But he tends to just take the route of controlling and decision victory.
You want to say something, Brendan?
No, I said I agree with you, man. Like he's very, very similar to Timler. I just don't think I think he's a decision machine. If you go through all his amateur fights, man, yeah, he's a decision machine. Good control coming out of that Coach Kwan system. They're very grappling based. Doesn't mean they don't have striking, but definitely not at the level of Majuba. I think he's definitely going to take him down and wrestle him for 3 rounds.
Crack, I did do you, right?
Yeah. I
Shout out
told
to
you.
Anyanda Power.
Get your money.
Big up Ayanda.
The Power Zone is saying, yes, it is more difficult to move down than to move up. Obviously, referencing the weight cut from the other fight. Now, to something new that we have for this show that I'm very excited about, and I hope you guys are excited about it too. It's our new underdog parlay competition. Now, this competition is something we're going to be running this year on Kick Him in the Head on our prediction show, and we will review every week on the recap show the week after the EFC event. And everyone here on the panel will be part of the competition, along with some people who are not on the panel. But to get into it very quickly, the rules are you have to pick exactly 3 underdogs that week. You get your points by multiplying out the odds as the product to then find out what your total points are for the week. The participant with the highest total multiplier from their 3 picks wins. If your fighter does not win, you get 1 point. Why 1 point? Just so that it multiplies out to just 1. So basically the least you can get for participating in a week is 1 point. Now, there are a few other bonuses hidden in there, like the jackpot bonuses. If you get all 3 dogs that you've picked winning, there's an extra 10 points. Then there's an extra, I think, 5 points. But there's a few other bonuses which we'll go into a bit later on. But I think let's get into it. For example, black sheep bonuses if you're the only person who picks that specific dog and that dog wins. So to get into it, starting with someone who thinks he's my nemesis when it comes to underdog picks, but I mean, it's just that middle of the table energy. Excuse me, sorry. Let me come to you.
You're such a dickhead.
I'm sorry.
Man. You're such a dickhead. I swear to God.
I had to start with the shade, bro. I'm sorry.
Let's get it. Let's go.
So, who would be your 3 underdogs? Who are you picking on this? And remember, it's a multiplier. So if you pick close odds and they come through and maybe 1 higher odd, you're likely to get a higher score. But if the higher odd fight doesn't come through, then you're likely to get a much lower score because you picked no odds. So which way are you leaning on this? Which are your 3 fights?
Underdog, peace. Give me peace. Heavy underdog, and I think he's going to get this one done. I did pick Kamba. So yeah, I'm gonna take Kamba as well. Yeah, and give me Lino. So Kamba, Lino, and peace. I'm on.
That's a nice little set. Okay. Joel, who are your underdogs for this week?
Jeez, okay. Give me Mokari. He's got good odds. Give me Jula. And then now, do I do it for the odds or do I do it for
certainty?
You have to think about your points now. Yeah. Let me see how precious your points are.
Give me peace. I'm gonna take the big risk. Going against my pick over here. Brendan's convinced me.
I remember very well. I remember.
It starts very quickly, doesn't it? Joel, it's a slippery slope from here.
You should give him a bus. He should be the driver of my bus.
Chief conductor. we should definitely show him the bus. Brendan,
I like what you did, man. I like what you did. You're about your point. You're about the competition. I like it. Got playing spirit of the competition.
Brendan, how about you?
Okay, obviously you got to give me peace, man. Those odds are insane. In terms of possibility of getting it done, man, I think Lino has a shout, and I'm gonna go with the unknown of Silva against Lamprecht.
Okay, nice. I like those ones. Aki, where are you sitting?
Yeah, I'm agree with the man from Tinkerbell. So I'm gonna go Silver. I'm gonna go Kamba. Then I'm gonna go, because we all know that the EFC is going to money launder the shit out of that Lino fight. Let's go Lino.
Conspiracy theorist 101.
Hey,
I promise you that does not happen. I promise it does not happen.
Kraken never ceases to amaze me, man. Like, when
man.
he talks, I'm just amazed by the words that are coming out of his mouth.
I'm still surprised I'm not kicked out of EFC yet. That's what I'm.
You're not here to make friends.
You definitely doing a good job to to get that done, man. You did a good job, man. Continue.
I think for me,
Kamba and Lino for me.
Never change, Kraken. Never change, bro. Never change. Love you.
Stay
brother.
the same. We love it. And then, okay, so for me, I think I'm going with Peace in Gopani. Look, those are just tasty odds, and I hear everything about Jakob, but I don't think he's the guy, Achi, to do what Mark did. Not against Peace, not now. Maybe some other time, just not now. So I'm going with Peace. Oh, those Mukari. Oh, Mukari's some sweet odds there. I guess two House of Tinkerbell guys can't win on the same night, so I'm going to go with Mukari for that reason. And then my third one is Kamba or Lino. I'm going to go with Mandolino. Mandolino's my third pick. Okay, so what I will do is I'll let you guys know what your odds all multiply to, and then we will put it up. I should have done that before, but it's our first time. Now I know. I should have the multiply ready. Cool. To see what the odds are and who will likely get the most points depending on what happens on the night. But gentlemen, thank you so much for those picks. I'm looking forward to seeing the results of that underdog competition. But we have come to the end of the prediction show, gentlemen. Let's see, which one do I want here? Which one do I need? Oh no. Hey, there we go. Cool.
You got there in the end.
So I got there in the end. So yeah, no, thank you guys for making it tonight. I'm looking forward to this EFC card. Joel, Achi, Brendan, I'm sure I'll see all three of you there. Achi, I'm sure I'll see you on the live stream, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be on the live stream. I'll be working, but I'll be watching from work like I always do. Showing support for all the guys and even the platform Head Kick podcast. Salute to you, brother. We love the work you do.
We appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I agree with the comment here, Achi. Your banter is unmatched. You even have a pot that you have ready to stir. I mean, you're making me think.
Don't forget about his toilet paper.
Yeah, his toilet paper.
He's got the American flag when he needs it.
I think he lied to us. The toilet paper is not for diarrhea, it's for the shit that he's going to talk.
That it was well used, definitely well used tonight. To everyone listening, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe at Head Kick Pod. Don't forget to subscribe to everyone here on the panel. Guys, if you can just drop your handles so people know where to find you if they want to follow you on the socials. Joel, we'll go starting with you, moving that way.
Joel_Smith on Insta and Strikes and Strangles on YouTube.
Sweet. Jenkins22 on Insta. Other than that, yeah, you're not gonna find me, brother.
Achie,
Hey,
the
man.
Kraken.
Is Achi the Kraken, on Instagram, everywhere. Achi the Kraken. But if you want to follow me on YouTube, it's right here. Elite Slap Sports,
Fight Week Show, Ola.
Yeah, man. Fight Week Show is the place to be. Come check us out on the Fight Week Show. We run shows on Wednesday. This week is going to be busy because we've got a pay-per-view card on the UFC Belal versus
Madalena.
Madalena JDM.
Crazy
So,
that you remembered Bilal's name.
yeah, I
See?
mean,
That's
crazy,
crazy.
crazy. He said, remember the name. You know what I mean? We got there in the end. We got there in the end. So yeah, we're going to be doing the watch along for that card. Some of the fights on that card is incredible. Come join us on the Fight Week Show on YouTube and follow us on the Fight Week Show on Instagram. Yeah, that's where you find us, and on Twitter as well. We're out there.
And on Twitter as well. And you know where to find us at Head Kick Pod on all platforms. But before I let everyone go tonight, there's just two more things I need from you guys. The first one is, that's not correct. Hang on.
I knew it was
Top of the table, baby.
Oh.
Why would you do something like this? Why would you do this, bro?
Well done, brother.
3 weeks straight at the top. Let's start there. I've been 1 or 2 for 12 weeks straight in this competition. I'm just saying, let's go. Ola. Stop talking smack, bro. Just respect.
I showed respect,
Okay, cool.
bro. You know what I mean? Like, what you want from me, man?
I love you, bro. Okay, but to
God
everyone listening,
damn.
don't forget to kick him in the head until next time.
No,
Salute.
man, I ain't saying it, man.
Hey, man.
Kick him in the head.
I go kick you in the fucking head. Kick him in the head. Let's go.